taking the time out of your post-semester rest to join us. It's great to see so many people here, the University College cohort for the fall. So a couple of, as you know, this is primarily a session for you to meet as cohorts to talk through ideas, but we do have some preliminary ideas and information for you. We should probably start. I know we have some new folks joining us in University College for the first time, including a few folks who are joining Complex Problems for the first time. So we might best start by introducing the team. That is the folks who are behind the scenes and out in front for both Complex Problems and University College. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Chuck Cox, and for the next 19 days, I'm going to continue to be the faculty director of Complex Problems University College. I had a moment this morning as I was getting ready, realizing this is the last time I'm going to be in front of you, the faculty, as director. So a little poignant, but I'm happy that this is what I get to go out on, the University College, which is such a great part of what we do. So I'm going to let, for those of you who have not yet heard the news, in 19 days, at the beginning of June, the torch will be passed to Adam Tamashasky, who is going to take over as the director of both programs, and I'll let him greet you on his.
It's delightful to begin my relationship with you all. Some of you are already colleagues, but now will be your colleague as a faculty director. I'm so excited about the opportunity and working with you on pedagogy and your classes. So in 19 days, I'll begin prying Chuck's hands off of this program. Until then, I'm sort of getting my feet into the world as it is. But even in between that period, if there's anything I can help with or any questions, feel free to also sort of tag me in those and let me know how I can help you out. That's my number one job is helping you out.
Awesome, thanks. And I'll let the rest of the team remind you of them.
Yeah. Hi, everyone. I think I know all of you. I'm Richard Duncan, so I am the manager for University College and Complex Problems. So I oversee really the logistics and operations for both programs, and typically will be your point person contact for everything you see. Becca, if you want to go next.
Hi, everyone. I'm Becca Comfort. I am the program coordinator of Complex Problems and UC, and I will be helping facilitate one of the breakout rooms today. Diane?
Hi, everyone. I'm Diane Palmer, program assistant, and my work is primarily related to assessment, some course proposal support, and program leaders support, and some UC work.
Kirsten?
Kirsten.
Yeah, sure. Hi, my name is Kirsten. I am a graduate student and I work as a program assistant for University College. I'll be helping facilitate today. I'm going to pass it over to Brad.
Hi, everyone. Good to see you all. I'm Brad Knight. I'm the director of the AU Core, of which Complex Problems is part of. Andrew?
Hi, Andrew Palmer, Program Coordinator, AU Core. I'll be helping facilitate one of the breakout rooms today.
Great, thank you all. So one of those people is going to be sitting in with your group to help you manage the conversation and provide you with some materials and such. So before we get started in those groups, just a little bit of news and updates as we sort of head out for the summer. First, some wonderful news. As of this morning, we have an absolute record crop of students coming into UC. Out of 608 possible seats, we are up to 598 reserved. So we only have a handful of seats left across all of UC, which is pretty amazing. So what this tells me is students are eager to get back, eager for community, for that chance to find their place at AU. We also have, I've heard that the group me's that have been created for each of the cohorts for the students are alive and buzzing. Students are already communicating with each other, excited about the fall. So we have a good group coming in this fall, bigger than normal. As you all know, our incoming class is large, and this is being reflected in the reservations in UC, which is a great sign. So that's great news. You already heard the other great news, which is that Adam is taking over as faculty director. So we're some good stuff happening. As a quick reminder, this is not new to us, but might be new to some of you joining us for the first time this fall. And sort of some explanation for why we're having today's meeting is in University College, starting last fall, we made a deliberate effort to create this into more of a faculty cohort model. There are a lot of reasons for this, pedagogical as well as community building and retention based, to not only basically to live in the hyphen, as we like to say in the word living learning community, that we have the living component, we have the learning component. Let's really bring those together in a robust way. So having these cohorts where 4 faculty and their seminars work together and their students live together on the same floor or wing of the residence hall with collaboration between faculty members and program leaders, we're hoping to create this really full experience for students in their first semester. And so as we learned, unsurprisingly, the best way to make this happen is to start the process as early as possible before people have solidified their syllabi and made all of their plans. And so we had a conversation earlier in the spring with each group to introduce you to each other and come up with cohort names. So today is a continuation of what we hope will be a series of ongoing conversations with you all. So today is a chance to do some further planning before you all scatter for the summer and begin to really apply focused attention to your fall classes, so that you have in mind visions for how you might bring your seminars together in the classroom as well as in your co-curriculars. More on that in a bit. So that's the purpose, is to give students, and as we saw, these students are eager for it. They are registered, or if not registered, reserved for your seminars. They are eagerly chatting. So this is a great opportunity for us to really give them an experience that'll connect them to the university academically and socially. So I'm going to turn it over to Richard now, because there's another new element to University College that you may have heard about, and he can tell you more.
Yeah, so this shouldn't impact you too much, but just want to put it on your radar as we move forward and go into the semester for next semester. So some of you may be aware that the Washington Mentorship Program has now been mainstreamed and is now going to be titled AU Cornerstone. As a part of the new program rollout for Cornerstone, all of these students will also be participating in University College. The way that this is modeled and will show up for you all is that all students that are participating in AU Cornerstone will live in a University College cohort. So you may have some students talking about the program, and so we just want you to be aware of what that looks like. So students that are offered Cornerstone are going to be offered, or have been offered, the opportunity to either select to do an internship or to do a study abroad opportunity. They have the choice of a fall internship, a spring internship, or a spring study abroad. For those that elect in either of the spring opportunities, they will be participating in the fall experience for University College. The numbers in each cohort kind of range between 5 students and up to about 15 that will be participating in Cornerstone. And as a side note, you may have noticed on our website, those that have elected to participate in the fall experience for Cornerstone will be doing a spring UC. So we have one cohort that'll be operating kind of separately from the rest of you all. This shouldn't impact the semester in which they participate in UC, but just want to put on your radar is they may start thinking about looking for internships, applying, interviewing, doing resume building and that kind of stuff. So if you hear the phrase Cornerstone, or you hear students talking about like stressing out over finding an internship, we are here to support them. We're ready and able to connect them with resources. But just in case it did show up, wanted you to know that the programs have now been kind of integrated, and it is a strong partnership with the AU Cornerstone program now.
Great, thanks. But as Richard said, that shouldn't have any impact on sort of the running of your course, the running of your cohort. They're just students like the rest. They just have this other component to their experience that they'll be indulging in. So before one more sort of round of information before we break out, obviously there are a lot of things that we don't yet know for certain about the fall semester. Just as a blanket statement, we will absolutely inform you of anything that comes down the line as we learn it. So as soon as we know it, or not long after, you will know it. What we do know is, of course, that the goal is for all of us to be on campus at us meeting University College, on campus in face-to-face classes. We don't yet know the situation regarding classrooms. We're still sort of waiting to hear about that. And then we also have the UPass is back, sorry. Little momentary lapse there. You may have seen that email. So the UPass is back, which is a good thing for UC because it gives students the chance to travel across the city. That said, we don't yet have specific policy guidance on gatherings, to what extent, especially for University College, where there might be programming that involves 2 or more seminars, what kind of numbers we're looking at. But again, as soon as we learn these things, we will let you know. But we are hoping that that residential component and being on campus will give us as kind of normal an experience as we're used to. But as I said, we will absolutely inform you about your classrooms, about what guidance we have about co-curriculars and other on-campus gatherings, what spaces are available to us and the like. So watch your inboxes as the summer progresses and as the university reveals plans and as we learn more about the shape of the fall, we will absolutely be in touch. So more immediately, starting this week, or next week, I suppose, the 17th, into the 20th, there are going to be some Zoom meetups for the cohorts. These are not faculty oriented. You don't have to be there. I suppose you could if you wanted to, but these are a chance for the students to meet who have been chatting on the group me's to begin to generate excitement. So one thing you'll want to think about in your groups as you talk in a few minutes is there anything that you would like the team to pass on to your students next week to get them excited about the semester? Then we're going to have a kickoff event for UC at the end of June. That's going to be a pretty big event, obviously, with that many students. And then as last summer, we're going to do another series of cohort Zoom hangouts at the end of July, beginning of August, where we will expect faculty who can make it to be there and program leaders if they can, a chance to meet your students, for them to meet you, hear about what you have planned, to just get the relationship started and get the excitement, keep the excitement going, I hope. So that is the general path of the summer. So that brings us to today. So we're going to have you all meet up in your cohort groups with one of the aforementioned moderators rather. And what we want you to do is finish the conversation or continue the conversation you had a month ago or so, especially if there's somebody new. There's a couple cohorts that have new members because of some rearrangements. Catch that new person up and basically come up with a few ideas. Like I said, is there anything really immediate that you would like the team to share with your students next week? Just simple kind of ideas that would give them a sense of what to expect. Some plans for those late summer hangouts. What might you want to do? How much you want to run that? We did this last summer and we had a range of different approaches, from kind of very detailed planned presentations to games and social mixers. The one thing we found wasn't as successful was not planning anything. So make sure you have something planned, a loose program. The students are really excited to meet you. They'll have met each other in these earlier groups. So it's a chance to really like set the tone and get them sort of excited. So as you talk today, what might you do to introduce them to the cohort, to the faculty members, to the seminars? And then of course, any other preliminary plans for the fall. If you have ideas for shared co-curriculars or other events, ways in which your courses could overlap in terms of readings, in terms of assignments, in terms of topics. One thing I want to stress is, since some of our cohorts are more naturally connected by content than others, crossovers don't have to be content. They can also be learning outcome based. So that's another way to kind of wrap your brain around how this might work. two seminars might have wildly different contents, but they're both going to talk about critical reading. They're both going to talk about metacognition. How might that serve as a potential link? So we have, as last year, OneNote files for each cohort, which is a nice space where you can put notes, documents, readings, syllabi as a place for everybody to have access to, and we will use those today. We decided just to put a little bit of ownership and agency on you, the faculty, that one of you be the person taking notes today on the OneNote rather than the CP team moderator. And what we're going to do, our goal in the days following this meeting, in addition to the recording becoming available, we will post a compilation. We'll go through these various OneNotes, pull out ideas, whether those are for the Hangouts later in the summer, for co-curriculars and the like, and create a large document that all of you will have access to, because what one cohort is doing might be easy for you to replicate and really work well for yours. So taking good notes today will help everybody in the long run so that we can have a record of the kinds of things people are doing and the kinds of things that might be open and possible. And that's pretty much what we've got for you today. We won't have a post-group program. So once your group has sort of talked through and come up with some ideas, you're free to go. And because of that, I'll say one more time, thank you for all the work you've put into CP and UC in these last 3 years. It's been a great honor and pleasure and privilege to be your director and to watch this, both complex problems and this particular slice of it, grow and develop and become what it is. And I am very happy to have been a part of that. And of course, I'll be part of the program moving forward, so I'll still see you at other functions. So with that, we're going to get you into your cohort groups to make some exciting plans.
Okay. If anybody needs help getting into their cohort, let me know and I can assign you into your breakout room. Mara, let's see. There we go.